Hey, good morning, Faye. This is a quick demo video for you for your SP Sabers Lost Wolf. This Ezra Bridger Saber is installed with a Proffie that you asked for. It's a 2-button setup. Everything happens from this red switch right here. Now this is on a magnet. All right, this is a magnet plunger switch. I made the chassis to where you never have to take this out. I just want you to be aware of that. There's a little nub on here, and it goes in between the two tactile switches, and you'll see that in person if you ever do take it out, but it's not necessary to do. All right, so you've got a Carl Chen V4 Neopixel connector in there. You can kind of see it through your blade plug. Just wanted to show you that your blade plug has some shine through and that it also sits flush with your emitter. All right. How to get to your chassis, you just want to unscrew the pommel here. So we'll take this off. This has a little spacer in it that doesn't come out. You'll see it right there, so just go ahead and leave that in there. You'll see your chassis here. You can just grab it, pull it straight out. All right. You've got a removable battery setup. All right, so spring side over here for the negative side of your battery, always please. Just some greeblies that I put on here. This does say SP Sabers Lost Wolf over here in Arabic. It says Solo Sabers over here for me. It has a fully enclosed 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. And then I did use the SO, or the Smuggler's Outpost Switch Pixel PCB set. So this guy right here will make contact with a 14-pin PCB in there. It's a little hard to see. Let me shine a light on it for you. This also never comes out. So if you could see that in there, right, that never comes out. All right. So we've got your chassis here. We can go ahead and throw a battery in it. I got the 2 sound fonts you sent me. So you sent me Lothwolf and then Staple Gun. All right, so we'll put the negative side by the spring. You have a kill switch right here in front of your board. And your Proffie board is just a snap fit down into the shelf. So if you wanted to make any changes, you could pop that up like that, make your changes, and then snap it back down. All right. It is possible to take your SD card out with a pair of tweezers and not move the board. And my 90-degree data cable does get in there without moving the board also. But if you don't have one of those, you can pop it up. But when we get our battery in there, we can go ahead and flip the switch.
Vector 60 goes.
All right. And then you can put this chassis in just any way you like. Obviously, as long as this side goes in first. All right, so just throw it in there. Come over here and take our pommel, push it down, and lock it in. The pommel pushes the chassis into those pins. So we'll lock it down tight. Turn this light off here.
Spectre 6.
When you press down on this cog here, on this point, that is your auxiliary, and that's how you switch sound fonts.
Ezra Bridger.
And when you push up on it, that's the power. Very easy to do.
Spectre 6.
And the Saber sounds really good with a fully enclosed speaker. And I gave you twist off, all right? So we'll go ahead and we'll take your blade plug out and we'll put a blade in. I'm going to use a test blade, but this is set up for a full-length blade. It takes a 1-inch diameter blade. All right, so that's what your Carl Chen PCB looks like without the blade plug in it. So we'll go ahead and throw a blade in. Lock it down. You've got 1 blade retention screw, and your kit comes with all the Allen keys that you'll need. All right, but this, when you get it done, looks like this, and we'll fire it up. A blaster bolt deflex is just tapping the auxiliary. The blade lockup is holding the auxiliary button down and hitting the saber. See it here. Now with blade lockup, as it's engaged, if you have the saber vertical, it will be closer to the emitter, and then as you move it horizontal like this, it moves closer out to the middle of the blade. All right. every one of your sound fonts, or I'm sorry, both of your sound fonts actually have a soundtrack, and to press or to play that, it's a long press on the power. Very loud and crisp, right? And then to turn it off is the same thing. So we'll go to another one.
Ezra Bridger.
Some good flash on cloud. Blade lock up. And then the soundtrack for this guy. I'm going to turn that off. Just like that. Just like that. So let's break this back down. Easy to do. This saber, for being a thin neck, it holds the blade very well. There was a recessed part of the emitter that was there to hold a Neopixel connector. May have a hard time focusing on it, but I made sure to get that down in there as far as it will go, so it holds a blade nice, right? And then you can see that from how your blade plug stays in there. So you can push it all the way down. You don't have to worry about this one. It has an acrylic piece, so that can touch the pins without any worry of damaging anything. So we'll slap that back in there, tighten it down, and then we'll come over here. I'm going to turn this on real quick. I'm going to take the chassis out. So I can show you that the kill switch works, all right? We'll just turn it off from here. All right, and then it kills everything, and you can leave your battery in there. But eventually, when you need to charge it, you'll want to take it out from the positive side by your kill switch and pop it out with your finger, all right? But that is your Lost Wolf. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll get this out in the mail to you today. Thanks.